Hey, how you doing? My name's Anthony Gray. Welcome to another tutorial edition of Grayscale. What I'm going to do is something a little unusual, something different. I was talking to a buddy of mine in Australia. His name is Ian Harris. Those of you may know him as Ianopolis. He has a painting that he was trying out for a tutorial depicting the Buttes in the Midwest here in the United States. Okay, he did do the painting, but he wasn't really feeling it, so he nixed the project. And we were talking, and he had shown me the painting, and he had asked if, you know, maybe I could do something with it. So this is the an example of an artist who did a painting, really wasn't working out. He wanted to see another artist take on his unfinished painting. So I'm looking at the painting now. I got it up above my head here. I guess I can show you a quick peek of it here. Just up above the monitor here. There it is. All right, that's the painting itself. Okay, you guys see the light reflecting there. All right, and he started out with as you can see, an all black sky. Okay, with the clouds of gray and white, and then he's got the buttes there in purple and black. So what's being used in this painting is just three colors. I decided to stick with that theme. I thought it was pretty cool, so we're going to stick with that. I got the camera at a different vantage point here. I'm a little further to the right of the camera, so hopefully you don't see my head too much, but we're going to get right on to it with the painting. Now, my approach to painting is a little different than Ian's, where I do use the homemade remedy of the glycerin and shampoo mix just to prolong the drying time of the paint, and it gives me better effect when blending and all that fun stuff. But you've heard me say it numerous times on my videos. But we're going to get started. We're going to get right on to this. It's only three colors. If you look down below, it is black, titanium white, and I got dioxazine purple down there. Those are basically the only colors we will be using. All right, and we're gonna do the painting. Okay, so as usual, like I usually say, we're gonna start from the back all the way to the front. I'm going to, if you look down here, I'm just going to dip a little bit into the mix here. I don't need much of this. Okay, definitely don't. And I'm just going to loosen up, or not loosen up, but I'm just gonna coat I'm working with 11 by 14 or 15 inch watercolor paper. Okay, now what you see is just suds, the little soap. It is soap that I got in here with the shampoo, but I'm just going to get the thing all slick there. Even that might be too much, but what you see really is just bubbles. It'll disappear. All right, now I'm going to work with the clouds. He has clouds in various shades of gray and white. All right, and we're going to work the same way. I'm going into my titanium white. I'm going to dip a little black into the titanium white, get my first little coat of gray. I'm going to make this coat a little darker. All right, so I'm just adding more black to get that darkness that I kind of want with this. Okay, and then I'll just start patting in pretty much where I want the top of the cloud to be. I'm not really interested in anything else as of right now. Just like so. And he has plenty down here, all the way down to the horizon line. Okay, like so. I'm gonna let it fade out and do what it will. All right, now that I've got at least this amount of it done, okay, I'll just fade in the rest. And what I'm gonna use is just a makeup brush. Okay, and all I'm gonna do is just fade it, just like this, circular motions, just like that. I'll wisp up some of these guys. It's a really haunting picture, to be honest with you. You know, it's dark, and it's well, dark, haunting. type of picture. As you can see, if you can check it out here, I'll try to get my hand out of the way. It's just me really just fading in the color. Fade it right in there. Now you can vary the strength of the glow, all right, or the strength of the fade, up to you. I'm going fairly lightly here because, as you can see, you can make different types of billows and everything just with, I'll just fluff those out a little bit there, just like that. You can make different types of billows and tones and shades within all of this, and you see various tones of gray and whatnot. Very simple to do, and it's really the glycerin that's affecting all of this. Okay, trail it around a little bit. Really up to you. I'm gonna leave it just like that. All right, we're gonna move on. He's got some brighter clouds in there. I'm just going into my titanium white. I did not clean the brush. Okay, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just pop in a nice bright guy right up in here, just like this. Okay, and I'll end him off right here. It's just a different approach to doing clouds. It may appear white, but it's just a brighter gray. I'm gonna go across like that. He's got a little something hanging around there. You might not see a lot of this because of the when I put the other mountain in there, but hopefully I have enough where it can be at least seen a little bit, but we'll see. Now with this brush that I have, this mop brush, it's I can exit out a little bit there like that, little crisscross strokes, it's no problem. Clean off the brush and just stir it around a little bit, a couple of X strokes, it's all good. What you see me doing is this brush is kind of got a circular bottom to it, so only a few hairs are actually touching the canvas itself. Okay, so really it's really according to your touch and how you want this thing perceived. All right, as you see, it's got a lot of activity in it already, and I just did it for a few seconds. Okay, all right. Let's get some nice billowy little, she's got some little staggered things going on there. And so we're gonna work on those. And they're just coming across right around in here. And I got a smaller brush that can handle, just have it come around like that. Okay, and we're gonna trail some of that down there. We're gonna have this come on down, just get on out of there. Okay, I'm gonna put this brush in there. I'm gonna get a smaller, if I can find it. If I can't find it, we'll move on. I can't find it, so we use the filbert. Just a filbert brush. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just pat down and fade out this bottom. Just like that, just fade, then that bottom out, fade it out. Just like that. And as I'm doing, I can just crisscross and get rid of all of the rest of the stuff. I can wipe all that away a little bit later. And I'm just getting rid of the bottom edge. That's all. Fade it right out of there. Get that bottom edge out of there. Trying to find my other brush. If I can't find it, that's okay. I'll just wisp it away. It's no big deal. Just keep wisping away. Just like this. Crisscross, crisscross. Cross it away. The more you do it, the more it just blends and fades in. Okay, and that's all I'm doing. I'm just using the titanium white, just fading it all out of there. Stretch some of that down there, just tapping. These are just techniques that we're showing you. You can apply these to a woodland scene. You can apply these to an ocean scene. It's the technique I'm showing you. Okay, doing stuff like this doesn't necessarily mean you have to do it with a dark scene. All right, this is just the type of scene that we're using it for. That's all. I'm just wiping off the brush, get some extra color out, just like that. It'll all fade up and go away. As you can see, the soap disappeared. Okay, so basically what you're looking at, okay, it's just the working of the clouds. As the glycerin dries or whatnot, you can smooth out stuff. Okay, you just got to know when it will dry and all of that. Now you can go more into detail of the clouds if you want. Add special little whatever in there. This is all according to how you feel and how you want your clouds. Okay, that's all. I'll take a little bit more white, brighten that up a little bit. Just like that. Just little things in here. Just rub it on out of there. Little, however you want to do them. All up to you. How you want your clouds to be represented. Okay. Okay. Now, I think I'm going to add a few stars in there. Why not? I mean, it's really up to you if you want to add the stars. You don't have to add them. Okay. Like I say, it's really how you perceive the painting and what your mind's eye is looking at. So I'm going to get my toothbrush. Come on down here. You see I got the little toothbrush here. I'm going to dip a little bit into my titanium white. I'm going to just rub it around in here like that. Get a little more. Okay. And maybe I'll pop a few stars in there. Get a little close like that. Something like this. Down in here. Stuff like that. Okay. I don't have to have really too many in there. Just like that. And I'll leave it be. The closer you are to your painting, the more control you have. Excuse my head. The more control you have over your splatter effect. Okay. Now, some of the stars got into the clouds. That's no big deal. You twirl it and make it disappear. That's okay. No big deal. Very lightly, just do it, and you'll see it kind of fade away. So that's basically it. All right. Okay. I can pretty much remove the tape because I already have the clouds already set up here. Well, not yet. What I am going to do, I'm going to outline the first rock batch. Okay, which is silhouetted black. So I'm going in, look down here, I'm going into my black, just a little bit you need, and then just going to flesh out the mountain. Okay. From where he has it, because this is not a very complex painting, and it doesn't have to be. And he got it going in that direction like that. He's got a little curve going up here like so. And it comes straight down. Yes, the mountains in the Butte Mountains do look a lot like this. Yes, they do. Very haunting looking formations. Okay. Almost like a stone city. Okay, the way the water's formed over time. Okay. And then we're going to continue on like this. And it's got a little outcrop like this. And then it kind of comes outward, and it's got this little ledgy thing going on, and it kind of goes out like that. We'll do some clever highlighting to some of these, but this mountain is pretty much silhouetted, so not too much as far as extreme detail because it is further away. All right, so I'm just darkening the mountain. This one's right on the horizon line. Follow me. And we're establishing depth and distance. All right. Just like so. All right. So that guy is pretty much, like I say, right on the horizon line. Okay. The one right in the back. And that's really it. Just let it dry. Once you have it done, just leave it alone. Don't piddle with it. It's okay. All right. That's it. All right. I'll give it a little bit of a touch right here. A little outcrop pointing upward like that, and it comes down. And we'll add our details to that a little bit later. Basically, what I can do is actually take the tape off because the other mountain, which is a little more on a purple-ish side, blackish purple, will come in front of this guy and then come outward and down. All right, which once again establishes depth because this mountain is further away. So let's peel the tape off here. Come on, come on. Attaboy. All right, we'll get rid of the tape. I won't need the tape anymore. So let's go to mountain number 2. Why not? Mountain number 2 has a little purple mixed in with its black, okay, which are two fairly dark colors. All right, I get a little bit of black. I'll put it in with the purple. All right. I'm using the same brush, 1/2 inch flat brush. Okay, and this fellow is mainly around in here. So we're gonna give him a little crop here. And he's gonna come a little bit past the mountain itself, come on down, and something, sort of like that. And we're gonna kind of flatten him out there. It's got a little bit of land right here. And we're gonna put all sorts of debris and whatnot, grass or something, all up in there. Now, as you're looking at it, yes, it does appear a little bit on the dark side, because but not entirely super like black. But we're gonna do highlights and everything with the rock also, but still keep it in this form. Okay, so you don't have to make the painting overly complicated. It's just a technique you use to make it look more than what you actually really did. All right, but that'll be our secret. Just like so. Even though it might appear black, but trust me, there's a difference between the looks. Okay, and we're going to keep her just like this. All right. Now our largest mountain is, I guess I could say it is a wee bit, it's not on the horizon line, but we're going to alter it because this is the furthest one back. This is right on the line. This one is closer to us, but it's not past the horizon line. The horizon line is like it's closer to us, but it's not on the horizon line too much. It's kind of hard to really explain until I start shading. So I'm getting some more of the purple, getting some more of the black, and a slight touch of the white. We're gonna gray it out a little bit. Okay, usually with something this large, the mountain, comparative to the other ones here, this one's a little larger. I'll go like this. This one's gonna obviously be more detailed. He kind of slopes down. It's like this, and he comes straight down, around, yeah, and a little bit in between here and there. And we're gonna kind of give him a little rough cragginess there. You're not gonna see this entirely until I start doing the highlights, which would be clever and unusual within itself, because of the color choices. It's just be tones and shades of purple and black. I'm dipping into my purple here, a little bit of black in there, a little touch of the white. Need a little more black, gotta gray it out a little bit. There we go. There we go. Just want to gray it out just a little, just like that. Just like this, and that's it. Okay, so now you got rock number 3. Okay, all right, we're gonna play around with some of this land and some of the texture there with the land. I'm just cleaning off my brush. As I'm looking at it here, because they're so spaced out, the mountains and such, I'm gonna take a little bit of white as I'm talking to you here, and we're gonna mess around with the clouds a little bit more because they're a little dry. The glycerin kind of wiped it off a little bit, and I'm just gonna use the corner of the brush here, pure white, and I'm gonna just tap it down a little bit. Just tapping. All I'm doing is tapping. Just like that, just tapping. adding little highlights here and there to the mountain. I'm just using the corner of the brush, small amount of paint. Okay, and we're gonna go over here in the back end, stagger some of that in there, just like that. And I'm gonna keep going in certain places where I think it should kind of be highlighted a little more, just like that. This is also up to you. This is your clouds, your design, however you want to do it. I'm just fading it out, tapping, straight taps. You can rub it out if you want, just like this. There's little interesting pockets of brightness going on in there. Okay, I'm going to do a little more to the guy in the back here. Let's start him in the middle. Let's pop him in here, like that. And I'm turning the brush around because there's no paint on the other brush. I'll just fade it and just trail it on out of there. A little bit up here, just like that. And we'll just get him out of there, fade him out, trail him on here. Get a little more white, and give him a little bit of something there, like that, just like so. Okay, which also brings the clouds a little bit closer to us. All right, keep it just like that, leave it alone. All right, we're gonna move on. Let's get to highlighting a little bit of the mountain back there. I'm gonna use the brush because it's not too much highlight with this fella in the back. All right, and I'm taking a thin, look down here, a little thin line of paint. Okay, the Buttes, their texture is straight up and down. All right, oh, we're gonna come toward the front here. A little couple taps like that, not too much. And we're gonna curve him a little bit. Just like that. We'll give him a little tap here. Just like that. And we're going to give him some cragginess here too. Just like this. Bring it on down. A couple of them here. Little outcrops. We can curve some of those outcrops in there of the stone work. And we'll kind of outline this guy, just like that. Put a few of them up in here. Try not to make it smooth. These are rocks. I'm just using the tip of the brush. I'm just gonna soften some of these, just like that. Don't need nothing on the back end. Leave it alone. Leave that be. Leave it. She's good. All right. Don't piddle. Don't play. Don't putter. Okay. All right. I can probably still continue with this brush, and why not? Let's go to our purple mix we got down here. I'm adding white into it. Look down here. Just like this. Now that's a little too light for me, so I'm going to get some Dioxazine purple. I'm going to put it right in there and darken that up a little bit. Just like that. Because you're going to work from dark to light. Okay, that's plenty. I have plenty I got on my brush. I'm going to wipe some of that off on my towel. All right, and what we're going to do with this guy, same type of deal. I'm using the side of the brush. All right, side of the brush, and we're going to rub very gently. Just going to rub some shading on the rock here, just like this. Where you think the light would hit this guy. I'm just rubbing some color. Side of the brush, just like so. Come on around in here. Now we're gonna build up the rock pattern. Okay, I'm using the side of the brush, just like so. I'm gonna put a couple in here like this. Don't get rid of your darks. Try not to do that. That's just the first layer. Just like so. Leave it alone. We're going to come back to that. Okay. Remember this, that's just the first layer. Alright. Let's go to this big guy. He's got purple and white in him too. We're going to make him a little brighter. Just a touch. Now, with this guy in the back here, let's zoom the camera in for a second. And we're going to come over here. Just like that, put him in the frame. Alright, this guy. Don't be intimidated. This guy's got a few different levels. Okay. We'll start with we'll tap in a few right here. This is gonna be a ledge coming down. Now remember, I'll give him a little slope here. Just like this. Almost like you're doing clouds. Remember, this is just the first layer. So you're kinda sketching this guy out. I got paint on the other side. Keep them pretty vague up in here. We're just gonna blocking in the first level here, right up here on the top, just like that, and leave it be. Leave it alone. Don't touch it. Remember, this is the blocking in stage. It's not gonna look obviously the most attractive as of yet. Okay, now this guy, like every other formation, it goes straight down, straight downward like this, and they come in ridges like this, just like so. You can have them jut out a little bit, it's okay, just like that, and keep that type of pattern going straight down. Get another little rim. If the ridges is the important part. Okay. The less you have in your brush, like a dry brush, the more of an erratic pattern that you have. I'm gonna have this one cut in front of the other ones. Watch. I'll just make him cut right in front of the other guy, just like that. And fade him out back there. Just like that. Not much work. Not the most attractive looking as of yet, but this is the filling out process. You follow me? We're gonna move on to the other mountain on the other side. We're gonna let that set for a bit. So we're gonna slide the camera gently over here, and we're gonna raise it up a little bit. There. And this is the guy that's next. Remember, I'm doing all of this with a flat brush. Okay, so some of you don't have palette knives, or a little intimidated with palette knives. Okay, we're gonna get a little bit of the white. I'm using look down here, I'm using the side of the brush. All right, I'm gonna get a little bit of the purple. I'm gonna just tap some purple in there. I'm gonna come right around in here. I'm using the side of the brush, both sides. I'm gonna get a little more titanium white. Extremely opaque, this stuff. Okay, just like that, just tap it. Now, what I'm gonna do after I just tapped it, no glycerin or anything, I'm gonna wipe off some of this excess paint off the brush, because we're gonna keep a nice and dry brush. All right, okay. Okie dokie. Now, look at the light source. So obviously the lights that we're using the side of the brush, the light source is here. Right up in here. Look at this. See how it just takes off what it wants? It'll leave you the rest. This is how you build up your texture on your mountain. Just turn the brush around there, get a little bit of that paint off there, just like that. Okay, and you start shaping and forming your rocks. All right, I'm patting in some more color, just tapping, and I'm gonna cover it here on the side, get as close to the edge as you can. Okay, just like so. Got some right up around in here, and we're gonna bring that around in like that. I'm gonna put some of that outcrop here. Don't get rid of all your darks. Don't get rid of your second color, your first color rather, that you had put down. Don't do that. Rub some of that out there, just like so. Little, and have him aim downward like that. All right. This is not the final highlight. We're gonna let that set, and then we'll do the final highlight for this guy. Okay. Remember that these rocks, give him a little something right here. And we'll rub that out, just like that. All right. Very simple. See how you get your different shades and tones and values in that. You got to keep your blacks in there though, in between. That's how it gives the appearance of these things just popping out at you. All right. Okay. Still using, come down here. I'm using more titanium white. Okay. Still got a tint of purple in there and never cleaned the brush. It's going to be the highlight. Now, when you do highlights, especially the extreme final highlights, you don't have to use as much. And don't make it totally white. The only thing that's totally white, really, are highlights of the clouds, the stars, and the outcrop back here, the details back there. Now, all you do, very lightly, is just touch, okay? Very lightly. I'm using the brush, it's just little taps here and there, especially around the rim of the rock itself. Okay, so if you want to start with the outlining of the rock. And keep going. Leave it alone, don't overdo it. Okay, your eye will fill in the rest. Follow me? Just like that. Just getting a little more of the bright color. It's just a touch. And we'll get some of that right up in there like this. And a little bit here. Coming right there toward the edge. I don't have to do down here. Just where the there we go. Don't fret. You can use your finger, smooth out some of that stuff back there. If it's too much. Just like so. Some of you guys might be a little wary of doing it. You're okay. Just like that. Okay. I still want a nice outline of the rock. It's like that. It's just I want a rough looking rock. A little outline there. All I'm looking for is the outline. It's like so. I like that brightness. Let's bring some of that here and come on down with it like that. Bring that rock in front of the other ones. Much like that. Now it's a little on the purple side, so I gotta put a little shine to that. Usually one touch it do. Don't worry about it. Just like that. See that? It bring it right out. Now you might not be able to see it because of the glare of my side light, but it is there. We'll leave that be. She's done. Okay, let's go to the other side. We're gonna swing it right back around over here to this guy. This one here that looks kind of crazy. All right, that guy right there. He's what I'm aiming for. Let's do some highlights with this fella too. A little bit of titanium white. Just tapping it into a little bit of purple I got right in here. Side of the brush. You're gonna look down here. Side of the brush. All right. We're gonna do the same thing. Now, nice little rim of. Well, let's start with the ridges here. We're gonna come with the ridges. We're gonna come straight down. Come straight down. Just like that. All right. We can give him a nice little angle right there. And a little something up there like that. Leave that be. Right here, do the same thing. Come on down, trail it, stagger it a little bit. Just like that. Do the same thing here. So we're gonna take it, we're gonna come on down with it. Come on down. Just like that. We're gonna add a little outcrop in there like that and bring him around like so. We're gonna get some more, just tapping into the purple white. All right, and we're gonna do it again. All we're doing is the ridges here. Have him cut up in here like this. Give him a little something right there, and we'll bring him straight down. Okay, We got another one right here. It appears white, but it's not. Trust me. Just like that. We got another one. I'm flipping the brush around. We got that outcrop coming up here in this direction like that. Look at that. See that? Make that edge strong. All right. Okay. Let's go for some little detail. We got a pretty good brush. I'm gonna bring it to the screen up here. You see that sharp edge there? That's kind of what you need. All right. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a little thin little taps of straight grooves and lines in there like so. Anybody can do what I'm doing. And not only can anybody do what I'm doing, but your result will pretty much look similar to what I'm showing you now. Because remember, this is all a technique. Every artist has their own to achieve whatever look that they're looking for. Okay, hopefully that maybe me showing you this gives you an idea of what you can do. I'm just following the grain of the rock and I'm tapping. All right, look, tap, 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 tap. No drag, just tap. Okay. You don't have to do it on every one. Okay. I'm going into my white. This white has glycerin in it. I'm just loosening up the paint, that's all. Okay. Now that we've got some of that going, we're going to go in a slope direction. That's all right. Just let it go in a slope direction. Like so. All right. We're going to come up to the top here. It'll be a little mysterious. I'm going to come down and give it a couple quick swipes there. Turn the brush around, get a little brightness there. We're going to come around on the other side here. Just like that. Rub some of that out just to smooth some of that in there. Just like that. Okay. Get a little bit of titanium white, just a little bit. And we're going to add some creepy little highlights to this guy. Narrow my brush a little bit. There we go. And a little bit of a rim right there. Just like that. Rub out the bottom a little bit. Now I can take black. Same matter with the black. And we're gonna bring some of that back in there. Just like that. Because if you don't want it as smooth, you can kind of correct it by put some of that black in there. Make it a little more mysterious. Up to you. Because the black will reclaim it. It's just not making it as smooth. Not much like that. All right. Now, Ian has a lot more purple in his highlights. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to let that tack up, and I'm going to show you what I can do to set this back. Because I want this guy to be on the other side. You can't see him. I want him more in the front. We have to let this dry a little bit, and I'm going to show you what to do now that I got these highlights. It's not totally white, but it's got purple in it, but it's very bright, and I don't want this to be the focal point. It's the largest, but it needs to be subdued a little more. But let's let that dry a little bit. Let's work on that that ground. So let's pan this camera back out. And let's swing it back towards the center. Pan it out a little bit more. Okay, I think we got it. I think we got everything. All right, okay. Let's have some fun. Let's work with the land back here. All right. We are about approximately maybe 80% done with this painting. It does not take very long. I'm going to take a very large number 12-inch beat up flat brush. This will make excellent texture. All right. I forgot that I have my one brush in here. Excuse my head. It's my flat brush. It's no big deal. It can take it. This is the brush I put the glycerin on and all of that. Okay, just wipe that up, put that away. Let's deal with, let's look down here. Let's get a little bit of, now remember your groundwork is already set. It's black already. You're doing highlights and stuff like that. Let's get some dioxazine purple. We're gonna put it right here. Now remember, dioxazine purple is dark like black, especially when it dries. Okay, we're adding the smallest amount of titanium white to it. A small amount, just like that. Still keep it relatively dark. Okay. And once again, I'm doing that side brush thing, even with a brush this size. Okay. Now remember, this guy's in the back here. Okay. So we're gonna just tease a little bit, just a little touch, a little tease, a little bit of some. The land back there is fairly, like I say, it's fairly dark. Now, what we're gonna do, oh, don't worry about that. What we're gonna do is bring this land right about here, but we're gonna continue, okay, with, I'm gonna get clever here. We're gonna continue with that land right here, just in there, okay? And we're gonna use the side of the brush. Get some land mass going. Side of the brush. Just like this. Yes, it is dark. Don't worry about it. It is purple. It is dark. But we're going to establish our land. Now, it's almost like there's a moonlight type of thing happening, but you just don't see the moon. The moon could be just behind here. You see where the light of the clouds, the moon could be behind the mountain there. And that's also great. That's fine. Okay, we're going to bring some of that. Cut some of that right up in here. So the bulk of some of that color will be up in this area right in here. All the rest here, I'll just fade it out. Use up the paint. Go up in this direction. Just use it up. Don't worry about it. Let me get rid of some of that there. That's all I'm doing. No glycerin, not needed, because we're aiming for texture now. You follow me? Let's take a little bit of white, a little bit, okay? In the back here, well, let's do this first. Let's get to the direction of the shine, all right? Just like this. Rub it right into the purple. It's okay, rub it right in there. The key to this, keep it horizontal, especially when you get close to the horizon line back there. Right here, we're gonna get a little touch of horizon line right back there. Just tap. We're overlapping a little bit, just like that. We're gonna get this a little bit brighter back there. Don't worry. Don't worry about that. I'm using some of the white with the glycerin. I'm just using up paint, basically. Right up in here. Get it. Just like that. Get a little bit of that down there. We're gonna get rid of that bottom edge though. Get rid of that bottom a little bit. We're gonna get a little bit of highlight right in there. Let's put a little curve right there. A little hill. We're gonna highlight that too, don't worry. The thing is with this is you're fading out the bottom. Fade that bottom edge right out to nothingness. Okay, just like that. All right, you see how that looks? All right, we're gonna highlight that. Get a tiny bit of white, the tiniest bit, and you're gonna highlight just like that. And remember, you're fading it out. Just fade that out right there. Just rub it on out of there, just like that. Rub that bottom right out of there. All right. We'll put a little bit of highlight back here too. A little cute little stencil highlight. All right, that might look a little much, but it's not. Bring it around like that. Keep it a little flat. All right, getting a little more white. This is where you get to have a little fun. And you tap around in here, tap around in there. I'm wiping off the paint off my brush, and you just take it and fade it. Just like that, fade it. Just like so. Okay, see how your texture of your land is coming? All right. We're gonna get a little purple, a little bit of white. We're gonna come back here. We're gonna get a little more purple than the white. You still want it purple. You still want it dark, but you don't want it too deep and dark. All right. Okay. We're gonna come around in here. We're gonna put a little outcrop right around in here like that. You see how dark it is? But that's okay. And we're gonna surround that rock a little bit there, just like that. And then we're gonna fade that out. Just you're rubbing in your texture. Don't be scared, don't be worried, don't panic. Okay, everybody's will come out different. Main thing with flat areas is that you just, well, it looks flat from far away, but as you get closer towards where you're walking at or whatnot, you will see that it's got little gullies and little hills and stuff like that. It's really not the best place to be stranded at with your car. Let's put it to you that way. Let's go in the opposite direction. Right here. It's still dark. We're going to keep it dark. Okay. Just like that. I'm getting the tiniest bit of white. Just like that. Now I say tiny bit of white, but you just see that big glare. But that's all right. You're rubbing it into your painting. Okay. You just need a little bit of a glow. Just a little bit. I'm just rubbing a lot of that intensity out of there. Just like that. And you're just going to rub and fade it away. Just like so. Now, in case you might have overdone it or you don't like it, remember you got black still. And you do the same thing with the black. See that? See, your black can help bring some of that back. That mysteriousness back into your painting. Okay. I like it. It's cool. It works. But let me get some brightness back there. And I'm going to accentuate that horizon line. Make sure you show off that horizon line back there. We're going to get obviously a much smaller brush to do that. One with a very sharp edge. I could show you with a palette knife, but once again, people are a little intimidated with the palette knives, and I can understand that. So we're not going to use the palette knife. I got a nice flat brush. We're going to go right back into our titanium white here. Get a nice chiseled edge there. I'm going to stroke it around a little bit of purple. It's still going to be bright, but it won't be super bright bright. We're going to go here to the edge. Right to the horizon line. We're going to get a little tap. And it's not going to be a perfect line. I don't want it to be a perfect line. It's going to be kind of, get a little bit more white. It's going to be staggered. Staggered a little bit. It's still a horizon line, just a little staggered. I'm turning our brush on because I know I got a little more bright white there. Put it right in there like so. All right. Okay then. Now remember what I said, we're going to come back to that. We're almost there. Let's get the toothbrush back out. Why am I getting the toothbrush back out? Because we're going to utilize some of this dark purple. Come down here, look at me, right down here. Get a little purple, get a little touch of white in there. Just like that. We're gonna stir it around a little bit. Get a tiny bit of water. Okay. What am I doing? You'll see. Add some splatter here. Make it look like rocks or whatnot in there. You can go a little further back if you would like, up to you. Like rocks, grain, sand, what have you. But make it a little brighter. Now, as I just did that, I'm gonna go and get a little bit more water. Get going to nothing but pure Dioxazine purple right now. Because where it's lighter at, you need obviously dark. So we're doing the same thing, but just with darker purple. Okay, don't worry. Put the splatters right in there. Don't be shy with it. Okay. We're gonna go brighter with the purple or whatever. I'm not gonna use, that's not really needed. So without taking the purple out of my toothbrush, I'm adding titanium white, which is giving me a very bright purple. Might appear white, but it's not. All right, and once again, little splatters here and there. Make it look like rocks and sand and grit and dirt and what have you. just like that. Pepper it right in there. And just be careful going toward the top. If you're not sure yourself, then leave it. Don't bother. Just like so. There's all sorts of grains and granules and stuff happening over there. Now, as you can see, I got some of the splatter up in my little cloud area, but that's okay. That's okay. Nothing. Just rub it out a little bit. And if you can't, then I will get a little bit of black and we'll touch it up a little bit, make them disappear. Just like that. It dries. Don't worry. It will dry up on you. So, and obviously, those also could have been stars I just wiped out of there, but that's okay. It will dry. Have no fear. Hashtag don't panic. That will dry up. Okay. Trust me, it will. But I just discovered I can do something else too. I know you're not used to seeing black clouds, but it's just an idea that I have while I'm doing this. Just like that. And just rubbing out the bottom of it, that's all. Pretty cool. Let's not make him lonely. Let's put some of that black death back here too. Okay. All right. We're almost there, guys. I swear we are. I wouldn't lie to you. Let's do something pretty cute. Let me clean off this toothbrush. We're almost there. Very simple painting. Enjoyable painting. You would really like this. Let's get rid of the flat brush for a second. Let's go with a different. Let's go with a filbert. Let's go with the filbert brush. Watch this. Come down here with me for a minute. Let's do something here that Bob Ross used to do a while back. Okay. Okay, I know we got our purple themed thing going on here. I'm gonna do half the filbert. I'm gonna come right here. Half the filbert with purple. Okay. Half the filbert with purple. Just like this. The other half of the filbert is black. So we got half black, half purple. Half black, half purple. Almost like a one stroke method with the two colors on the brush here, black and purple. All right, we got black and purple. Keep the purple side on the top. Okay, let's go down around here. Let's zoom it in a little bit. We'll do a few of these. Excuse the jitteriness of the camera here. Okay, we'll come down here in the corner. We'll press and you just narrow it out like that. Okay, so we got a few little rock things happening here. Get a little more. Let's get a little more black. A little heavier on the black. Just like that. And well, we'll do another one right in here. And maybe we'll pop one right in here like that. Half black, half purple. Just like that. You can make them as large or as small as you want, don't matter. Let's get a little bit of white. We'll brighten that purple up a little bit. And then we're gonna go to glazing that mountain. So come down here. I'm just getting a proper, because I still want it to be a purplish side, but not, I don't want it too bright. Get a little bit of black. We'll go over a few of them again. It's like this. It's like that. And put a couple in there like that. And you don't have to have them that large. They can be smaller if you want. Just like that. Now they're a little bright for me. I'll get a little water to thin that out. But we can glaze darkness in there. I'm just getting some black on the other half of the brush. Still want a nice strong black. And we can just keep going with it. Just like that. And we'll put some down on the bottom here. Just like that. Go right over a couple of these. Put some smaller ones in there. I'm going into my purple. Go back and forth. Look it down here. Going into my black. Go back and forth. Just like that. Get a slightly touch of white. Okay. We do some smaller guys in here. Just like that. We'll dot them in there like that. Put some up in here like this. Couple down here like that. Put them right in there. See? You already got shaded rocks. Overlap a couple of them if you want. Like that. You can fill half this page up with this stuff. Put a nice size one right in there like that. And you just keep it going, just dot them in there. Put one right up in here. Just like that. Okay. This is not difficult, guys. This isn't. You can really have a good time with this. And you can do it at your own leisure, your own time. Alright, I'm just dipping into a little bit of water to loosen up the paint, just a little bit. Just a tip in the water. That's all I'm doing. Alright, we're here in the center down here, so we'll do a couple of them like that. And we'll overlap one right in there. Just like that. Pop them in there. Alright, whatever one you want second, put it first, obviously. So it'll look like that. Then you put the other one down below it. Like that, a little larger, a little smaller. Stuff like that. Okay, so let's pan it back a little bit. You see what you got. I said pan back. Pan back. There. Stuff like that. Okay. Now, if they look a little too smooth for you, that's fine. Just take the same filbert, dip a little bit into the white, do the flat brush method. Wipe a lot of it off, and you just kind of cruise it down in there like that. Get some more white, just tap it in there. I can smooth that out a little bit. I don't have to add on each one, doesn't really matter. I'll go on the other side here, just like that. Don't matter, just little touches. Just like that. A couple of them from up here, little highlights. If you find it getting a little too purple, so it's matching. There. You dip a little bit more into your white. Sometimes it just takes a little touch, because you just want to outline some of these guys. Like that. A couple of them here, just to brighten them up. You can make rocks appear, and you didn't have to put the foundation of the rocks in there. You can just see this, just little dots right here representing it. Little rocks in there, just like that. You don't have to, you know, do them all over the place, but stuff like that, it adds. Okay. Okay. Let's get back to our flat brush. We're gonna need a slightly wider guy. This one's a 3/4 inch flat I got. Now I'm gonna show you something about glazing. Come down here. Let's get the mix here. I'll put it right here. Let's get a little bit of Dioxine purple. We'll put it right in there. Now we got more glaze than color. More medium than color. Now that turns it into a glaze. Okay. Which makes it just extremely transparent. That's all it does. Let's go here, down here in the corner. Okay, and we're gonna just glaze over a little bit of purple right in there. And what it does is set those rocks back into your painting, just like that. You do the same thing here. Take that purple, glaze it right on there, just like that. All right. It doesn't totally obscure nothing. It just sets it into your picture, your painting a little bit more. That's all. If you want these to stick out, that's fine. You just glaze the purple on these guys, and they'll stick out more. Let's go to this big guy. Let's go over here, because now we're at the 99% stage here. We're almost done. Let's zoom in for a bit. All right, right there. And let's bring him. All right. Now remember, I didn't want him to stick out so bluntly. I'm taking pure Dioxine purple, a little bit of glaze. All right. Now your ratio to the medium, the glycerin to paint, also will determine the intensity of your glaze, the deepness that you might want from it. And I'm just going to take this glaze and we're going to just glaze some purple over this whole thing, just like that. Purple it right up. And what this does, do the whole thing, what it does is set your giant mountain back. And you wait for it to dry a little bit. If it's not purple enough for you, you just glaze over it again, and you keep doing it again until you get the color that you're looking for. I'm getting a little more dioxazine purple, the tiniest bit of black, and I'm gonna glaze that. We're doing shadows, okay, because this guy's like behind things. Okay, so what I'm doing is, oh, you guys can't see it. That's one of my biggest mistakes in this video. You guys didn't see all of that, but all I did was glaze some shadow down in here. Not the other rocks, not these guys, but just these, and all in here. Just glazed a little bit of that. I'll come up here. I'll just do it right here. Just glaze a little bit of that right up in there, just like that. You pick and choose where you want to put your glaze at. Okay. Now, since I didn't show you what I just did here, you see this little spot here? Let's put some separation in there. Same bit of the glycerin, a little bit of black, a little bit of purple. All right, and we're just gonna lightly put that in there like that, and we'll just fan it out, right? Just like that. Get rid of that. See, if you make a mistake and go over it, you can clear that out. You can use your finger, move it around, just like that. There. So now we got some little bit of distance in there. Okay. I'm cleaning off my brush. Wipe off with the towel. I'm taking the tiniest tip of white. There it is. See that little tiny tip of white? I'll put it right in the black. That little tiny tip. We'll put a little bit of shine up in here. Just like that. Little pockets of the moonlight or whatever hitting over there. Yep, right on top of the glaze. It's all right. Just like that. And maybe a little speck right there. Now I'm getting really detail-y and whatnot. Your preference of how far you want to go with it. Just like that. All right. And okay then. We're going to take the tape off because we're pretty much finished. All right. Like I said, this is not a terribly long vid. It's just showing you what you can do. I'm just getting a little water. Let's go into titanium white here. I'll put my name down here on it. Just pull this back a little bit. Yeah, just raise it up a tad. Put it right there. Then give me a little patience here. I know you see the side of my face. I'm just going to sign my signature real quick. I really hope that you enjoyed this video and it helped you out. It showed you some things that you can use in your own paintings. If you'd like to donate to the cause, I do have a PayPal button below the description of this video. If you like this video, press the like button. Please share it. Spread the word. If you don't like it, click the thumbs down button. Please share it. Spread the word. Also, the PayPal button is on the lower right hand side on my banner. You'll see the P there. It says to donate on it. All right, let's peel it. Let's see what we can do without destroying the painting. Using blue painter's tape. I have to rearrange my board because I got so much glycerin and glaze and what else I got on this thing? Varnish, that the tape's not sticking. So it might flop down on you. We'll see in a second. I do like to tape my borders. It's just me. It's just my preference. You don't necessarily have to do it. I also use a lot of watercolor paper because I make so many tutorials. I told you it was going to fall. But that's okay if it falls. I'll just bring it down. I knew it was going to do that. That's because it's, I got so much. Well, I might have to sand it and let's aim the camera down. There. That makes life easier, right? There you go. But that's the completed painting. Now, what I'll do in the video is I'll show you a side-by-side comparison of Ian's painting that wasn't working out for him. It's still very similar to his painting. As you can see also that I glazed the hill here, the mountain here. It's just a great big rock, but I glazed it, so it's not really overpowering. Okay, but you still have your distance, you still have your depth, you still got your haunting clouds. If I pan the painting up here, just go on up a little bit, and here's his painting up here. Okay, like I said, I'll show you a side-by-side comparison of it. It's pretty much the same deal, the same thing. Okay, and I bring it down, and here's my version of his painting. Okay, so basically the same type of painting. All right, he just didn't finish it. Hopefully I did his painting justice and everything. This is definitely a Midwest scene. It pretty much looks like that. Sometimes there's no plants, no nothing, just rock, sand, and buttes. You know, out there in Montana and Arizona and New Mexico, you know, Texas. Pretty much in the Midwestern states, you get a lot of this. So, okay, guys, thank you very much for watching the video. Like, share, subscribe, tell your buddies about it if it helps you out and everything.